Trash.
No. That's the trash. Shh. No, it's okay.
Trash. I'm trash.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here with the quartering, and wow, ask and you shall receive. I was wondering, what should I cover? This week I've been working really hard for all of you. Hard for that much less money than in December and January, because I know you're sick of Star Wars, and I'm sick of Star Wars. So I'm digging deep. I'm rooting around in all the trash, and then like a trash raccoon on the internet, in the dregs of online, working hard to find you some of the best possible stories I can. And now I think I've got an absolute doozy for you. But before we go further, I want to give a huge shout out to this video sponsor, Surfshark, which is an excellent VPN where I have a exclusive 3 months plus 1 extra month for free and save up to 83% using my promo code quartering. If you aren't using a VPN now, you absolutely should consider one. And if there's one that you would like a recommendation for, Surfshark has backed this channel for now the 2nd month in a row. Their software will allow you to unlock Netflix, protect your online identity, find the best prices on things online, bypass censorship everywhere. The software also works mobilely on your laptop and mobile phones. So protect yourself today. Don't wait a minute longer. Use my link in the description below where you can support the channel and protect yourself with Surfshark. Now I want to continue on with the whiteness of Toy Story 4. This is a real article. Like, you might be thinking, ha, Jeremy's just being bombastic, using a little hyperbole. No. This is a real article by Stephen Galloway, an internet moron, found on The Hollywood Reporter. Toy Story 4 is not just the near absence of people of color. God, I'm sick of that term. In the Pixar film, that's bothersome. It's the absence of anything approximating life in America as most know it. Who writes this article? Was there any movie this past year as exuberantly entertaining, as creatively conceived as Toy Story 4? Well, yeah, I would say at least 20, by the way. Ever since the franchise was launched in 1995, it's been a cornucopia of riches, from its indelible characters to its unparalleled animation. There are sequences of dazzling dexterity, from Woody, played by Tom Hanks' rescue from a miniature car before it's swept away as the rain floods the street, to the darkest and most inventive part of the film, when a ventriloquist dummy is joined by a veritable spawn of such creatures, threatening our heroes with the same sinister force as the magic brooms brought to the Sorcerer's Apprentice. The picture, which seems a lock for Best Animated Feature in this Sunday's Golden Globes, and probably the Oscars too, left me in awe. So why did a slightly bitter taste linger, a sense that something was naggingly wrong? Because, in many ways, Toy Story 4's worldview seems like an Eisenhower-era fantasy, a vision of America that might have come to the most die-hard reactionary, lovely if you're wealthy and white. But alarmingly, if you're black, brown, or gay, or a member of any other minority, in other words, more than half the population, you'll be alarmed. True, I imagine. Yeah, I remember seeing Toy Story 4, and yes, I did see it in the theater because a friend of mine was a big fan of the franchise, and we were easily the oldest people in there. I suppose maybe some parents were there too, but the crowd was pretty diverse. I went to a theater that's kind of right on the fringe of the bigger city in the suburbs, so it's always a good mixture of people in there. People cheered several times throughout the film and enjoyed it genuinely. True, there are a few characters of color, including 2 supporting players voiced by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele. Oh, forget them though, it's not enough. But each of the leads is Caucasian, and not just the franchise regulars, but a host of new ones, including a very white Fork. Are you kidding me? You're complaining about the color of plastic cutlery. It's not like they chose white for the spork color. That's the color of sporks. I'm not kidding. That's among the more memorable and merchandisable creations of the 4th iteration of the series. As Matthew Cherry, the African-American director of the animated short, Hair Love, recently told The Hollywood Reporter, when you don't see yourself represented and you don't see people with your same type of hair seen as the hero and loving and desired, it really does a number on your self-confidence. For who? Who out there is so 10-ply soft that they need to see people that look like them in a cartoon to enjoy it? I'm pretty much sure that the box office numbers around Toy Story 4 included plenty of black and people of color who thoroughly enjoyed the film. That article continues. Nor is it just the near absence of people of color that's bothersome. It's the absence of anything approximating life in America as most of us know it. What do you mean? A wholesome family life that's enjoyed by a significant portion of people in this country? TS4's main family lives in a big, brightly lit house in an ivory utopia. Its daughter sleeps in a plush-packed room with the U.S. Treasury's worth of gizmos. Look, let me tell you something. I grew up lower middle class. Both of my parents worked in factories. And yes, Toy Story does resemble most of what I can remember of my childhood. Hammocks in the corners full of plush that I had won from claw machines throughout the years or were given to me as gifts. And a much maligned group of ragtag toys that my sister hated. And it didn't matter that we didn't have a ton of money. The childhood depicted in Toy Story 4 to me wasn't like watching Richie Rich. This kid had toys that he had played with for years. Modern day kids get sick of a toy after 10 minutes. This kid carried on with his toys for his entire childhood, okay? That is something most of us can relate to. Stopping for carnivals and carnies that would be right at the home of the 40s and 50s. What do you mean? If you go to a county fair, by the way, that's mostly the salt of the earth people. Middle and lower class people are the people that go to county fairs, which represent the biggest chunk of this country. This take is so nuclearly bad, I'm having difficulty just reading the words. Problems of prejudice, money, and unemployment never seem to cross anyone's mind. Yeah, it's a children's cartoon, not for adults. This is a vision of suburbia right out of George Clooney's Suburbicon, based on the real Levittown, where a black family's arrival in 1957 led to waves of bad behavior. It's set here and now. Not only is it unconnected to reality, it conveys the idea of this is what reality should be. Yeah, a family sticking together, loving each other, enjoying each other's company, appreciating the toys and things that your family can afford to give you. Yeah, I'd say that should resonate with anybody regardless of the color of their skin. I'd expected no less in the days when John Lasseter was running Pixar with his re-argued view of idealized past that was only ideal if you weren't black or Hispanic or poor. What? He took a leave of absence November 2017 and officially left Disney Pixar at the end of 2018, but shares story credit on the finished film. Still, did nobody in a post-Lancaster era, either at Pixar or parent company Walt Disney, pipe up and say, hey, this has got to change? Yeah, a wildly successful franchise that resonates with kids and adults across the world should change for more reasons. A story that does include people of color, but according to this author, not enough. And this children's cartoon doesn't instill the fear that they're demanding into the toddlers consuming this product. Pixar has often repeated outmoded tropes with no visible awareness of doing so. Only occasionally has it gone the other way with this 2017's Coco. Take 2016's Car. Its humor is based on all sorts of foreign stereotypes, inadvertently encouraging anti-immigrant prejudice that's now running rampant through the country. Are you on crack? Seriously, I would like to crowdfund a drug test for this author. I'm convinced they are literally, I'm not joking. This is not a bit. I'm concerned that this author is smoking crack. Pixar isn't the sole culprit. Of course, animation has long been a white male preserve that has only slowly welcomed change and begun to recruit talent that doesn't fit established norms. Are you joking? I just gave my niece 15 or maybe, about 15 DVDs. My sister asked for Christmas She wants a portable DVD player so she can watch her Disney movies while she's on the road. So I got her all sorts of what was out there for Disney, which was movies like Mona and How to Train Your Dragon and Trolls. And at no point when I'm buying these DVDs am I like, gee, I wonder how many people of color are in these films. And by the way, there were several with non-white characters on the cover of the DVD. These are the same people. It's just never enough with them. No matter how far you bend the knee, they are still outraged that it's not enough. This is a broader industry problem too. As of January 2nd, report from the USC Annenberg inclusion made clear when it was noted that the participation of underrepresented directors in film features had dropped from 21.4% in 2018 to 16.8% in 2019. Maybe because they failed. Maybe. I know this might seem radical to you, but maybe it's because they hired these people in 2018 based on the color of their skin and figured out that they maybe weren't the best person for their job. By the way, that goes for anybody's skin color. If you're hiring somebody because they're white, that's a stupid hiring practice, just as it is if you're hiring somebody just because they're black. If you're white and middle class, as I am, you should feel guilty. You should apologize for that. If you drive a nice car and have a safe job, all this may seem moot. But you're not the 5-year-old African-American girl a friend of mine recently adopted. Oh, here we go with another woke 8-year-old story. I was about to give her Toy Story 4, but changed my mind because it sends the worst message for children like her. You're an outsider, kept at a distance, everything fuzzy from fun American life. No, it doesn't send that message. In fact, what you're sending a message as a white middle-class person is black people should only watch cartoons and television with other blacks in it. You, sir, are a racist. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.